So what I just heard is for that, not the chosen one, Sierra, is one of the old serpents. The thing is, whoever's supposed to be coming up from the bottom of the angel coming up with the key to the pit, is that who she's laying with? Because this was somebody that pierced me as a child. This is an evil Gale-lite, a jealous, envious one that want to lick up all the sauce and the juice from everything that comes from me. And since she couldn't have no access to me this lifetime, she came to the band that would be closest to me. Whether this is the incubus, succubus energy, or if they are together in the so-called 3D. It's still beneath me. Because the 3D to me, in the physical sense, is the commoners, peasants, and servants that are just above the dark or the black or the dead in the Indian caste system. I'm up there with the priestess and the teachers. That's where God sat me. And then right above that we have, or I'm up there with the gods, damn near, which is that puff of smoke or the mist amongst the top of the pyramid or the mountain. How is it that these people can call themselves above me if everything they know they get it from me or through me? They should not have no access to me, and all the information that they took or siphoned from me shall be replenished and brought back to me. Like little, it's like a wolf or a bear or something, or a wolf or a pig or something that gives birth to some children, and then a whole bunch of dogs try to come drink off of the spigots or the teat of the pig. It would be abnormal. Again, this could be also the devil energy, or considered a devil that could have fooled the masculine energy and turned that masculine energy against God or against me. They could both have a little sense of envy. Because if somebody was going through those files in the underworld, they already know who I am. And again, I feel like there's both sides. On both sides of my family, there may be some linkage to both sides of his family. So it is still just me. I'm just the one that was chosen. No matter if they all working together underground, thousands and thousands, I'm still the one that was chosen. The one that was exalted. The one that somebody can publicly say was out there showing these works for the past 15 years, regardless if these people were copying and working underground. Even if these are these Germans that are underground. Even if that's the reason why we waited it took us 4 years to find this house, and we ended up in old world Germantown. But what was it before Germantown? Probably some type of Indian country, probably the same land where that Esther female was, with her caretaker or her father or her lover or her third party person. And they did the same thing to her in this area. So this is nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. And I still am that I am. So let's go ahead and look here, okay? So they gave me final warning a second ago when I was using the bathroom. I was listening to the music. And we got final warning. Because I'm not nobody's slave. I could have been an indentured slave, or not knowing, as being a wife to this man or something in a lower class when I'm supposed to be in a high class. This could be this energy of, like I said, John or something like this. But again, this is like John attacking the son, his son, or something like this, okay? That, again, even if this was somebody of this bloodline, that still is not the exalted one. So that person has no authority over me. We got the tower that just fell on the ground. And then we have the fool here, okay? Somebody could be waking a dragon. These could be dragon slayers. I could be the last dragon or something like this, okay? But we have a tower that just fell on the ground, all right? So now we see who we were talking about, okay? It says, this is the letter from Paul, Jesus Christ's slave, all right? this could be somebody that was working closely with me or something. This person have them captured here. We saw that they was holding somebody hostage. And I also thought, is this whoever it is? Okay, what is this about? It's almost like our Christ is the one that you hung from a tree and slew. So this Christ could, okay, this would mean that they hung me to the tree of the Comans, which is their coat of arms is a cross. And they slew me. So ever since I got married to them, this family has been doing domestic terrorism, racist raping acts or something to me while I was in a relationship with this man, trafficking my energy or something like this while I was in this marriage. Now, it may not be the ones that are sitting in the house where I can pick up the phone and call his mom right now, but it could be the doppelgangers of them or the clones of them that are in the underworld or in the background. Okay. Or I'm thinking, is this my Taurus that they swapped this Taurus out and put him on the family tree of somebody else, like in the famous family, like the Grahams or something like this, right? Put him on that family tree and then slew him from on high. Because we are kind of like one or something like this, okay? But again, this grandfather looks a lot like my father. He looks like a version of my father from my youth. The grandmother of Drake looks a lot like Charlene Coleman, which is my person's mother. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's something tricky. It's almost like these people have made themselves, set themselves as above, so below, but also kept their son in the middle some way with me, connected to me. Now, I mean, I don't know if this person has been publicly humiliated. I don't know if they experienced the same things that I experienced. I haven't seen any of these things. I haven't sensed that this person was humiliated in the dark. Maybe they tried to humiliate him by having people come against him in the light. But I feel like they are humiliating me in the dark, okay? Almost with this whole thing about other women or something like this, these other women that this man has been closer to than me over the past 20 years or 30 years, acting like this person is innocent or something while they record everything that I do in the upper realm. Also sending men on to me or energies on to me out of somebody's anger. So I don't know. Like it's very strange. It's very strange, okay? Because even when I look at Kanye, it's mannerisms of his that remind me of my actual supposed birth father, okay? There's something very strange. I mean, because they could already be using transhumanism. They could already be the only energy that I feel has been distant that I can't feel is this masculine energy red. I don't know if he represents the red hill that keeps me separated from that could be like the Arabic father figure or feather that wants to keep me away from men. So I have to be like that could be Paul energy as well, where I have to be, they want me in the house or something. But then again, the other sectors are still sending people onto my energy to benefit off of my energy. Like the other sectors are still benefiting off of my energy and no father is fighting for me or something or protecting me, or they don't know the whole of it, right? They don't know the whole of what's going on. If they knew what was going on under their nose, would they be able to do something to stop this thievery or this stealing? I'm also picking up an energy of Farrakhan as a feather energy or something like this. But I feel like that's a beneficial energy. It's kind of sad, okay? Because I feel like if this red energy that I'm picking up on would be the one that would be trying to keep me pure, but then somebody that looked like me, like a Farrakhan, out of some type for me not doing a certain thing or something, could be the one sending people on to me or something like this. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's something from this energy, Mohammed, the pool energy, that's connected to me or was supposed to be due to me. And that the NOI could have kept this back or kept this information from me, a portion of something. Because it all runs together. It all runs together somehow. But the one number one thing that these people would do is bring everybody else into this construct to see it for what it is. I would just be left on the outside, which means, or on the inside, meaning the world card energy, the one that would be wrapped around still in the womb like a newborn, not really knowing what's going on in the real world. But also on the world card, we have those green-eyed monsters that's surrounding that woman. And these women are chastising or abusing this woman or opening. You see on the world card, there's two red X's. It's almost like somebody can open up that and close it back up and let people in on this feminine energy that's supposed to be being protected, or at least isolated and protected. Like, you know what I'm saying? You you don't leave a little hole on the side of your baby bassinet. The bassinet is meant to protect the child while it's in there from at least things that could, at least the child falling out or something like this. It may not be if something is on a tall tower next to the bassinet, and you move that shelf or something, something could fall off the top onto the baby. But most likely, the crib or something is meant to protect that child while it's in there. Hold on, let's see. This is funny. This good news, okay. So this good news, and it says this good news was promised long ago by God's prophets in the Old Testament. Okay. So this is old world energy, possibly. It said it is the good news about his son. Okay. So, okay. Whose son? Let's see if we can pull. Because are we talking about, okay, well, we got David, the Four of Pentacles stuck to the table. So even if this is this so that means the Pitts join together with the Comans and the Specks and the Henleys and the Brutons and all these other families in this community to go against this upright son that would have been selected out of David's lineage. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's saying it said it is the good okay, it is the Old Testament is the good news about his son. So I don't know if Paul is trying to insert his son. There's something about sexuality or something here too. There's something about somebody being amongst a family where they don't share the same cultural or aesthetic. And since we're talking about chastity, this could be like chastising someone for their sexuality, but somebody is a whole nother breed, an older, earlier breed that just was picked up by these families, right? And these families could have, latched on to the family line or the family tree. They could have, say somebody was an emperor at 1. Say I was an emperor at 1 years old. Okay, these people castrated me or something like this, and then took my benefits from me or something like this, right? Say this was when I was 13, okay? And I was living in the same jurisdiction with a Jay-Z clone. And and when they're saying that he killed his brother, because a brother or whatever word they're using, it means that this could be somebody in the same general public, in the same location, in the same, cultural aesthetic. It can mean different things like this. So they could have had to seek me out, okay, and had this person do something inappropriate and turn my lifeline into being trafficked instead of being transitioning into a higher level or a higher realm. So if they was using like the things that they were using on celebrities or superstars in Hollywood on just a regular neighborhood girl that never knew anything about this type of connection with God or source, or that she is a God or she is the daughter of, because I feel like there's a heavy presence of whoever this is that was sitting on that throne in England that looks kind of like a lighter version of my grandfather. So do you see what I'm saying? Somebody could be hiding, if they got rid of this grandfather, like in North Carolina, they did, when he got married to another woman, they sent him on his way to be in boarding schools and stuff like that. Now I'm supposed to come and break this chain. So they gave them the land of or Ernest, right? Which would be here, I feel, in the Midwest. And so now these people knew about this, and they've been working underground to make sure that they own this one day, and that I would be dead, or this man would take another wife after they took everything from me underneath this marriage. All of these family members. Now, who's to say that all of these Brutons that have been here from the time that I was born or before I was born, who's to say that they didn't remove all of those that was born in the 70s and like that were there before I was born? How do we know that those people didn't go on a voyage or navigate out of the area and they just left me as the emperor, the youngest child of this father figure? Because who's to say that if this father is my father or if his father is my father? Do you understand what I'm saying? So if his father was my father, that means that I'm one of the gods, but they left me behind with somebody in the likeness of my father that could have been spiritually or in the subconscious trafficking me ever since then. And if the big dogs in that area would be the Arabics that own the stores and things like this, they would be the richest ones in that area. That means they had some type of ranking. If my dad on the other side of town where the first house that I remember that I lived in, if he was somebody that, because there was a lot of lower grade, it was like a lower grade neighborhood, a lot of, maybe poor black and Mexican or black and Latinos in that area. But my dad would have had abundance, okay, financial abundance over most of those people that lived in that area. And then when we moved north, those people could have been prominent in that area, but my dad, all the people that I'm naming, my dad was more financially abundant than most of the people that were in my circle that I was involved with in that area. And my dad still has a house there, allegedly. I mean, that's from the last time I talked to him. The house that I grew up in next to my BFF. And he's still doing just fine. He would still be more abundantly rich, okay? Maybe even rich in culture or land rights or something like that than the rest of these people that are Latinos in that area or the rest of the people that are in that area in general. It's making me think about something differently. Oh, okay, my dad and my Taurus's dad. So do you get what I'm saying? They were out of our circle. His dad was abundant and his parents was abundant and my dad was abundant too. And if you put together all of the people that we mingled with within growing up, they would have been more possibly rich. A lot of other people have single parents or they had single parents that didn't have that much or something like this. Now, we didn't get no kind of special privileges or nothing, not that I know of. I still feel like even with that energy, I was taken advantage of in some kind of way by all the families in all of those jurisdictions and all of those locations. That's like pimping out the emperor or something like this, or ruining the emperor with galactic energy, underworld energy, and also my own activity or the way that I dealt with people or commingled with people. God making me a healer or something, and these people using mind control to take advantage of that. So if I have a natural gift or ability to pick up or track energy and meet eye to eye with somebody that may need this particular healing, it's natural to me to be a alpha feminine energy and say, yeah, I don't like that motherfucker or something like this, but yeah, that motherfucker look nice. But there was some reason why organically I was attracted to that person and wanted to mate with that person or wanted to be close to that person or give to that person energetically or whatever it is. And I feel like somebody seen what the results were, and then they started to hook me up to some type of mental control or mind control, and they started to take advantage of the gift that God gave me and make money off of it. So, or the ability. Now, these green-eyed women could have been watching this activity and they could be jealous, or they could have known one day, even if my Taurus was even if my Taurus or the person I was with all this time that when we came together, that created something. Um, Whatever activity was going on with me would be on the surface. Whatever activity was going on with him would be hidden or in the underworld. Because one day they wanted to use that information of them trafficking and using my energy against me. And it's crazy because How could a real father or a real family do that to somebody? Unless they also were mind controlled or something. It wouldn't take much. It'd have been like 5 people that they had to do that to, and then cause strife or cause enmity between me and this person. Now, this could be where they swatched out the regular tours and had him in the upper chambers or in an exalted fashion, a celebrity or something like this, and he could see all this shit all this time, but then was like, oh, I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use this information that I seen from above to ruin this person and let people know that this person ain't worthy or make them look like a whore to the church, because the church then deceived us the more than any fucking body as to what this word is. But it's the good thing that I am the word, and in the beginning was the word, and the word was God. So these people that wanted this masculine to take it back to 20 years ago, before he was exalting me or putting me in some type of position, there was never a time when I wasn't there. These women don't know that. They think that because they've been able to play in my behind my back with this man or work with him closely, that they know that, oh, there was a time when it wasn't, but it was never a time when it wasn't my energy. Even before I met that man or that boy, the energy was already with me. What courtroom do you go to? See, this is what the thing is. This is why it's so sinister for somebody like me that has these. This is real to me. To be protected or preserved from this type of abuse. It's domestic abuse. It's domestic terrorism. It is. It's very sinister. Although I can't on a regular day basis. It would be different than a person that was physically abused while they were conscious by men. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's different because I was not conscious possibly when these types of abuse, unless I'm waking up realizing that a lot of these men that came on to me or tried to get my number and then we ended up getting close or something, that they were sent in by these people to get me to do this. So it would be weird for me to know that my spouse or in his family were doing that to me, only to try to use something against me in the future. Do you get what I'm saying? Hold on one second. My, oh shit, she here. Hold on.